do that again. Good morning, it's the 19th of November and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines, where I look at the newspapers for you and let's see what we have today. First story, very important story, it's an outcry against the DBKL. And why is there an outcry? Well, because they have raised house rates, assessment rates in KL, and by a staggering 100 to 300%. Now, that's a picture of protests that have already begun against this, as they call it, Cukai Pintu, and perhaps protests will gather steam, especially with an online petition that's led by Nurul Izzah. Now, this is one of the only newspapers that really gives prominence to this story. It's curious because Kuala Lumpur is one of the richest, most affluent parts of the country. Needless to say, of the 11 parliamentary seats available in Kuala Lumpur, 5 are held by DAP, 4 by PKR, and 2 by UMNO. So there's a balance of loyalties in that part of the world, and perhaps that has influenced, or not, how DBKL is dealing with this issue. It does appear on the top of Sina Harian here, and that's Nurul Izzah Anwar from Lembah Pantai. She is the MP, two-time MP now, and she says that the raise is outrageous. Now, instead of talking about rates and important issues, what does Sina Harian do? It gives prominence to this story. Apparently a spooky abandoned building where a young man has gone missing. And that story is repeated in other newspapers, including, well, not unexpectedly, Harian Metro. And in fact, a lot of newspapers have gone Harian Metro this morning, including the new Straits Times. You see, they have it there, and there's a little story headline there. It says, "Evil entities holding boy?" question mark. Well, all I know is that evil entities are holding the Taiwanese woman from Pom Pom Island. Now, about evil entities in Baden House, I'm not quite sure about that. What the newspaper does give prominence to, of course, is a story, an ongoing story about fake My Cards and the people behind them. That's there on the front page of the Straits Times. It's also on the front page of Berita Harian. But before we get to that, there is the Star, and this is a story of a man who tried to shoot his girlfriend, or rather the woman who dumped him, his ex-girlfriend, and instead hurt her brother. He is an auxiliary policeman, and that's really the nub of the story. Now, this otherwise domestic spat that ended in violence would be unimportant, except for the fact that we have some 20,000 auxiliary policemen in this country, and they all are licensed to carry guns. If you remember, we had that other issue of a call for religious officers to be given guns. Now, do we want more of that? So this is the problem of giving out too many guns, I think. Also, Berita Harian, back to the fake My Card syndicate issue. Here they have the story on it. They've been going guns on this story for some time now. Other thing that occupies the picture stories, in fact, is the volcanic activity in Indonesia. We'll see that repeated on the front pages of the Malay Mail. Volcano Fury, it says, the Malay Mail and its pet campaign, which is the My Sikap, the Road Transport Department story, and it also gives space to the shooter, the auxiliary policeman who lost his cool. Now, the Utusan Malaysia, in the run-up to the PAS Muktamar, is trying its best to pit the DAP against PAS. It's an almost daily occurrence now, these headline stories about a single issue, a comment made by Karpal Singh, chairman of the DAP, and supposed reactions against it. Now, you can see also former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir has entered IJN because he's suffered some heart problems. He's entered IJN several times and come out unscathed. Now, very important omission in all the newspapers and its front pages is the fact that today Selangor tables its budget, and no doubt they've had a surplus and they don't seem to be very profligate about their use of funds, but nevertheless there seems to be a major omission. We need to know more about that, and there should have been much more discussion in the run-up to the budget. Hopefully we'll see more stories on the budget after this. For me, the word of the day is spooky. Interesting literary side note, fury of a man's scorn, of course, is a reference to a literary saying, often misattributed to William Shakespeare. The man who actually wrote those words was a 17th century English poet called William Congreve. And what he actually wrote was, "Heaven has no rage like love to hatred turned, nor hell a fury like a woman scorned." So there you have it. Not William Shakespeare, but William Congreve. That's all we have for you this morning. It's a Tuesday and it's the 19th of November. Feels like a Friday already for me. Hope it doesn't feel the same way for you. Keep those comments coming. We look forward to hearing your views on the headlines. I'm Sharaad Kuttan for BFM 89.9.